Hola, my queens. It's your Empress Divine, Miss Tasha Turner herself. Welcome to Queendom Come. I am back. And we at it again. And we don't stop. Harlem World, y'all. And we don't stop. And we don't stop. Can't stop. Won't stop. You see it. You see the Hierophant card holding the energy of Taurus. We back at it again, Taurus. One more again. We ask that the Ascended Masters, oh Lord, as soon as I said Ascended Masters, did y'all hear that thunder? The Ascended Masters, higher selves, spirit guides, loved ones who have transitioned forward and who wish to reach back with a message of love and truth, please come through, you and you only, giving us a clear message of love and truth for Taurus about their July 2018 energy. We'll start by seeing how others are viewing Taurus at this time. How are other people seeing Taurus in July 2018? The Nine of Diamonds. They see you as someone who's done it all, done it all, done it all, done it all. You've done it all. It's like they could want to find a way to, you know, try to trick you or to try to manipulate you or to try to pull the wool over your eyes. But really, it's like you've done it all. You've been there. You've done that. So it's like they have to try super hard to come at you because nothing is new to you. Other people are seeing you as someone, it's almost like nothing they do can please you because you've done it all. Like nothing they do can really phase you. You've done it all. You've been there. You've done that. Resilience. This is an energy of resilience. So let's clarify this. I have the King of Swords here. The King of Swords is a master of thought. A master of thought, a masterful mind, a mastermind. Somebody who is creative, somebody who does pretty much, you know, they know exactly what it is that they want, will not settle for less. Let me cover up this side and make this side visible, yeah, because that's where the 9 is. So it's like you're a master of thought. You're very much so level-headed. This is what they're seeing now. This has nothing to do with what you're actually feeling. What they're seeing is that, you know, basically a never let them see you sweat type of energy. You're like, yeah, I've been there. I'm done that. Real nonchalant about it. If anything comes against you, it's like you'll kick into high drive. You know how to get yourself out of that situation. You're a masterful warrior, a very strategic planner, and you hold yourself to a very high standard. And because of that, people tend to hold you to a high standard. So they see you as this resilient person, a fighter for sure. You keep on moving. You never stop. Like, even if it's slow and steady, you still win the race. And you hold yourself to a high standard. You hold yourself in high esteem. It's not easy for people to break you down, not easily broken. So that's how others are seeing you in July 2018. Let's hear about Taurus's money situation. What's up with your finances, your financial sector? What's going on with Taurus's money in July 2018? We have the Jack of Hearts. So the Jack of Hearts is like a, when I think of Jack, I think of elementary. Not necessarily saying that anything in regards to your money is like small or insignificant, but it's like the basics, you know. And this is the basics of whatever it is that you're attracted to. So this could be like the beginning levels of you becoming interested in something that could go on to make you money. Let's get some clarity on this Jack of Hearts. It's thundering out there. So the Jack of Hearts, you have the 5 of Staffs and the Moon. I feel like you need to work out the details though. Whatever it is that has piqued your interest lately, something that you're wanting to get started up, you may be a little, you may be kind of hasty about it. I know usually slow and steady is your MO, but if something really, sparks your interest, then you may be tempted to go ahead and just, get started on it. But it looks like there are a lot of details, some disorder that needs to be straightened out, and you'll need to give yourself time to really, let it stir inside. Give yourself the time to allow your intuition to point you in the right direction. With this thing, at this time, what is really being called from you to do is nurture this thought, nurture this feeling, nurture the attraction. Whatever it is that you're really drawn to, whether it be a new position, whether it be a higher position within the same company, maybe a new location, relocating in a new job market, or even if it's like a new business venture that you want to start or a new product that you would like to release, there's a level of almost like an infatuation about it. And instead of acting on that, live in that feeling. In July 2018, live in that feeling, because that's actually what's going to help to attract it to you. If you're like 100% clear about what it is that you want to do, and kind of allow the supernatural, divine intervention to work its magic in your life. It's like in a dark place where maybe you have the attraction and you want something to happen, but there's some details that still need to be ironed out. In a dark place, allow that divine intervention to be your light. Just hold that thought of what it is that you want to do that will eventually, help you to become more stable with your money and finances. What's going on with Taurus's mentality and communication? How is Taurus's mindset and how are they communicating it to others in July 2018? What's going on with Taurus's mindset and mentality and how are they communicating that in July 2018? We have the 9 of Spades. The 9 of Spades, I feel like there are a lot of things that you're keeping to yourself. A lot of things that are going on in your mind that other people have no clue that you're going through this. They have no clue that you feel this way. It's just something that may be keeping you up at night, or something that you're having dreams about, possibly even some nightmares or some weird dreams. Let's clarify this. The 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups is good energy, though, The 10 of Cups is pretty good energy. So even though it's something that you're staying up at night about, I do feel like this is something that will be for your good. So the thing that is kind of plaguing your mind the most in July 2018, even if it causes you to like lose sleep at night, even if it kind of, I don't feel like it's stressing you out like in a way where you start like losing hair or anything. I feel like it's more of a stress where you're like, oh, I want to do this. I want to do this. I really want to do this. Will I be able to do this? Like just a light kind of stress, because it is something that you really care about. You do have thoughts that you really would like to push out there, that you would like to communicate. I think you also realize that at this time is not the best time to, show your hand to people, because you realize that they'll probably be defensive. If you come with this, this ultimate dream, or you come out talking about whatever it is that you want to do, that you're completely devoted to, sometimes people become jealous just because they can't even think on the level that you're thinking on, if you can kind of understand what I'm saying. Or not even jealous, is more like an intimidation. The way you speak about the things that you uphold, or the way you speak about those strong beliefs that you have, if you were to even speak on it, because I'm feeling that you'll be keeping it to yourself, but these strong beliefs, these very high goals and ideals that you have within your mind, I feel like if you were to speak on it, it would cause other people to maybe feel like, oh, she thinks she better than everybody. Oh, she bougie. You just like the rest of us. You ain't got to act like that. You know what I'm saying? That type of energy. So I feel like you're more so just kind of keeping it to yourself and allowing things to like kind of brew and conjure themselves up in your dream world. At night, it may stress you out. You may find yourself being frustrated with the inability to just fully express yourself. Sometimes you may be frustrated by that, but really at this time in July 2018, it's actually better that you keep it to yourself and let it build up. sometimes it's better to come through with the grand, finished product than to try to bring people along that are fighting you the whole way while you're trying to build it. What is inspiring? No, not inspiring. We're at home. What's going on with Taurus's home life? Home life for Taurus in July 2018. Home life for Taurus in July 2018. What's up with the home life for Taurus in July 2018? All right. You have the 10 of Spades. For your mentality, what's going on within you, you have that 9 of Spades. And now what's going on like without, but in your immediate home and your immediate surroundings, you have the 10 of Spades, which is something that is, I think on the outside, like when within your local area, within your home, you're doing away with those things that do not correlate with what it is that you want in your next level of life. So there's an end to some long-held practices, some long-held habits that you may be guilty of, some things that don't necessarily align with this new level that you want to be on. Let's clarify this 10 of Spades. We have the 7 of Swords and the Empress. Now, with the 7 of Swords, that's like in the way that you relate to people. You probably are not, giving them the full truth. And we kind of already went over that in this reading, how you're just kind of keeping things to yourself. You may have some things brewing in your mind, some beliefs that you feel strongly about, a new way of thinking. You're under a new school of thought. And it's like you don't want to stir the pot. This is like not stirring the pot. So maybe you're going along just to get along, telling people what they want to hear. Just tell them what they want to hear to keep everybody happy. But at the same time, it's like you're manifesting what it is that you want by letting go of the things that no longer serve you. So you may, when a person comes to your house, visits, they may not be able to tell that you are not on that same vibe anymore. It's like you're outgrowing some of the people who you've been tight-knit with. When we get into the home sector, it's not always just your physical home, but the people that you feel like a sense of community with, those people that you feel most comfortable with, the places that you feel most comfortable with, the things that you feel most comfortable with. All of that represents what is home to you, So you may just be kind of, just kind of finessing them a little bit, not like in a manipulative type of way, but just telling them what they want to hear so they can, come in and get out and go on about their business while you deal with all the real work that needs to be done, because there's an overhaul energy here. A lot of things need to be changed. A lot of old habits need to pass away. So maybe the way you just go about doing your whole daily routine, like when you wake up in the morning, your daily routine might change. Yes, that's what's familiar to you. Yes, that's what you do in your home. But I feel like something is needing to change in order for you to manifest what it is that you want. The Empress is an energy of fertility, of, masterful manifestation. And sometimes you just kind of have to, grin and bear it when you're around people that you've always kept them close to you, even if you're outgrowing them at this time. It would throw up some red flags and it would cause kind of some animosity if you were just to straight out say, okay, you know what? You're not on my level anymore. So I want you to stop coming around here, or we can't be friends anymore. That would cause a lot more drama than what you need right now. That would cause a lot more hate or resentment than what you need right now. So just for the sake of yourself, this is not about pleasing anybody else. This is for the sake of you, and not messing up the energy around your manifestations. Just kind of quietly do what you need to do to break away from them. That 10 of Spades is an energy of things needing to end, but kind of dragging them out. So if you need to kind of just, just sweet talk people, even if you don't really mean it, then that's just what you have to do. Let's get into what is inspiring Taurus in July 2018. What is the state of their creative energy? What makes Taurus feel alive in July 2018? Queen of Hearts. Queen of Hearts is just like the Queen of Cups. This is like a nurturing energy. a caring type of energy. And it's also an energy of like self-love. So let's clarify the Queen of Hearts. I have the Knight of Coins and the Two of Coins. So what's inspiring you? I do feel like this is something that is almost like intuitive. You don't exactly know where it came from. You can't exactly pinpoint at what moment you started to feel this way, or this moment you started to move in this direction. But all you know is that you felt it. You became committed to making it happen. And then you started to see things to change for you. It's like your reality is almost like a parallel dimension almost. I'm feeling like it's like as soon as you decided within you that this is what you wanted, or this is what you want to create, this is what you're inspired by, some things started to shift, or things started to catch your attention. You know, things started to present themselves before you, maybe that you never even noticed before. And all of a sudden, it's almost like you are living in a split reality. Like a lot of things may be polar opposite. Things that you accepted as the norm just in June, by the end of July, it's like, no, I'm disgusted that that's even in my vicinity. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's like you're not pleased with the things that you used to be pleased with, the things that you used to feel like I could never do that. All of a sudden, it's like I completely agree with it. It's like the tables have turned completely. That's why I was saying, like, it's like you're in an alternate reality, or split. Your reality split. There was like a huge shift. Things that you weren't so sure about, you're now either absolutely sure or you're absolutely against. Everything is kind of different, I feel. And that's kind of sparking your creative energy. That's what's making you feel alive. This differentiation. It's like there's a sense of newness around you. A sense of newness, something that you've never really felt before. Maybe ideologies that you never went along with, and now you want to explore them to the fullest. And I feel like you can't even exactly pinpoint when this shift happened within you. It's just maybe you woke up one day and there was like a fire burning inside, or there was like an intuitive nudge within you to pursue a different way of life. And I feel like you're honoring that. Maybe not exactly, rushing off in that direction, but you are honoring that. You're giving yourself the time and space to allow those dreams, or to allow those intuitive nudges to build upon themselves, to actually build into something that that can, be produced here, or that can come together in reality. Like that is your creative energy in July 2018. Let's see about the state of Taurus's health. How are you on a day-to-day basis in July 2018? The state of your health in July 2018. Health for Taurus in July 2018. The state of your health. The state of Taurus's health. We have the Six of Diamonds. That's an energy of leadership. That's an energy of nurturing something to success. Or, kind of overseeing something until it can be successful. Look at that. Double Hierophant. Making it official. Official. If there's somebody who has been dealing with something that they may have felt was a very serious illness, or something that has been weighing you down for quite some time, I feel like there's going to be an ending to it. It'll be kind of tapering off. Like maybe you've been in pain about something for like the beginning of July. By the end of July, it's like you're either growing numb to the pain, or you get a stronger prescription for the pain, because this is like documents that have to be authorized by an important person, so that can be like a new prescription. Or it's like an ending, a successful ending that needed to happen. So something that you may have been doing that could have been not so healthy for you is like after maybe seeing a doctor, or maybe even going to like, a Reiki master or something like that. Somebody who's official, somebody who is well educated and well experienced. Maybe even going to a chiropractor and letting them pop some of them bones, something like that. I feel like there's just an end, a gradual end to something that may have been holding your health back from its full potential. I mean, you could even be getting a trainer, and I feel like this could be like a woman trainer, or you're following somebody like maybe on Instagram who does like workout challenges, or women who have went from, 300 something pounds down to like 120 or something. It's like you're inspired by their leadership. The Hierophant is, like an almost exalted leader. Like, I do this, I've did this remarkable feat, and you can do it too if you're able to let go of things that are slowly, dragging you down, slowly killing you, even so, if it has to do with health. So like bad habits, things that would, cause you to have like heart disease or lead you to having diabetes. I feel like you're nurturing that, and you're able to successfully make the shift into doing something, into like getting a regime or routine in place, that will help you to move beyond that harming yourself. So that's the energy for your health in July 2018. Let's get into the state of Taurus's relationships. What's going on in the relationship sector for Taurus in July 2018? Relationships for Taurus in July 2018. We have the Jack of Clubs. I feel like this could be something like in the beginning stages. This could also hint at meeting a lot of new people as a result of you, maybe like under a new school of thought and just feeling different about a lot of things. You may not be interested in nurturing the relationships that you already have. So there's an emphasis here on new relationships, on people who are of like mind. Now that you have a new mindset, you want to find people that are of like mind. Justice. So that has a lot to do with finding balance, because if you're moving, you're shifting from one old mindset to another, it is going to be out of balance. You are still, associated or affiliated with people who don't exactly see things the way that you see them. And while you're sugarcoating things with them, it's not really making you comfortable. Even though you don't really want to cause up a lot of drama or have them resent you, because it's not really their fault that they are not of the same mindset as you anymore. That's you that's changing. Maybe it's not their time to change it. So with this sword pointing down, you may feel some type of way about, still having to kind of, pat them on the back and grin and bear it when they're around you, these people in these relationships. But really you long for a balance. There's a sense of newness, and you want that to be matched. You want to be able to bounce ideas off of another person. You don't want to stay stuck around the same people. You want to have people around you that motivate you. So it's like you're trying to find your equilibrium again in regards to your relationships and how you relate to other people. In the meantime, please just try to watch what you say to people, because again, when you're of a different mindset, when you are inwardly changing your mentality, sometimes the things that you say that hint or that reveal your new mentality, they could hurt other people's feelings. And outspokenness, that is a trait of a lot of Taurus women. I do read for the divine feminine, Taurus men as well, but really, I've known a lot of Taurus women, and a lot of them are outspoken or very sharp-tongued, or can be sharp-tongued. And just kind of watch how you are directing your words at people, because you don't want to belittle anybody. Just try not to belittle anybody while you find your own sense of equilibrium in your relationships. Now that there's like a totally different dynamic that you are on as compared to the people that you usually associate with, that they are on. So let's get into the deep transformations. What are the big changes happening for Taurus in July 2018? What are the big changes for Taurus in July 2018? Big changes for Taurus in July 2018. Deep transformations. Yeah, the 8 is a deep transformation number. That's the 8th house that we're talking about. The 8th is a deep transformation number. And then we have the 8 of Swords. The Swords is about, the mentality, the things that you believe, the things that you think, which has been a pretty big theme here in this whole reading. But with the 8 of Spades, or the 8 of Swords, which it's associated with, this is a feeling of kind of being limited or being trapped, not being able to reach your full potential or express your full potential. The Queen of Staffs is somebody who very attractive. She's very attractive energy, very stately energy, very royal energy. It's like if basically I said what I said and I meant what I said, but I'm also going to walk the talk. I'm doing what I said I would do. People see that and they're attracted to it. And I feel like you feel limited because right now you don't feel like you're able to fully embody that Queen of Staffs energy. You want to be 100% real. If you feel something or if you think something in your mind, you don't want your actions to contradict that. You want to, be strong and be solid and be fiery and sassy about your truth. You want to be unapologetic about it. But there's a shift happening here. That's what's going on with the world. The world turns always. The world is always turning. And there's a shift happening here. And until you get to the other side of that shift, it's just, again, recommended that you kind of stay low key for a while. And I feel like that low key energy is making you feel limited, because Taurus doesn't like to feel like they're being fake or feel like they're being, not real. They don't like to fake the funk for anybody. And it's not necessarily faking the funk. I'm being led to recommend that you read the 48 Laws of Power. And it says a lot about that. Like sometimes you do is basically when in Rome, do as. Like adorn yourself in the outer garb of the common people and just kind of ride this wave out until things change up for you, until your whole world changes, until your whole physical realm changes, where you can step out and come out and present yourself anew, in all of your newness and all of your glory. But until then, you are going to feel, I feel like, a bit trapped, a bit limited. And that's a change for you. That's a big change for you, feeling like you need to limit yourself to kind of appease others. But just keep in mind that it's not just for them. It's actually for you. It's actually going to help you, do what you need to do. Now, the Queen of Staffs is also an energy of kind of like, a queen can move the way a king can't move. A woman can do things like seductively. So sometimes you may just have to, in order to get out of feeling like you're limited by, being on a different level than the people that are currently around you, or feeling that you're above the place and the environment that you're currently in, sometimes you just have to seduce your way out of it, honestly. Appease people, stroke people's ego, make them feel like, that you are going along with their plan all along, knowing exactly what your motive is. The Queen of Staffs has motives. She very much so has motives, and don't feel no type of way about it. There's no moral conflict within her, because she knows that she's really doing it for herself. There is an air of selfishness, selfishness around the Queen of Staffs, but it's all to get to the other side. It's all a part of playing the game until your outer realm matches what you feel inwardly. So in order for you to not feel that you're limited or trapped in the place that you're currently in, sometimes you just have to play the seductive role and get people to kind of give you what you want, or get people to, you know, see you in a higher esteem. Because it's better to attract with honey than it is with vinegar, basically. What is on the horizon for Taurus? New people, places, and things on the horizon for Taurus. What is the newness happening for Taurus? What's on the horizon for Taurus? We have the 5 of Hearts. There may be some things coming up for you when it finally presents itself to you. You almost feel like you don't know what to do. You almost feel paralyzed, like you can't move. Let's clarify this. You have the 3 of Coins, so that's like a collaborative energy. And then you have the 4 of Cups right behind it. Now, the 4 of Cups is like being stuck on something to the point where you kind of ignore the other options or the other possibilities, or maybe even the other good things that are available for you, because you're like so stuck on just one particular thing. It's like maybe your favorite, and you don't want to even explore other things because you're stuck on this favorite. But right before that, we have the energy of coming together with other people. You know, I feel like this is you dealing with people in a way. Okay, you have this kind of standard, or you have this preference, I should say. You have a preference for the kind of people that you want to deal with. But what's coming up on the horizon is you having to maybe associate with people that you usually would not associate with. It's out of your familiar place. And this is all a part of, you know, the shift. This is all a part of things changing for you. If you stick with the same people, you're not going to be able to move into new realms. And I know Taurus is, you know, really big on loyalty and things like that, but you just cannot take everybody with you. Because if you try to take everybody with you, that's where you get that 5 of Hearts energy, where you're trying to save everybody, and so much so that you never really take the leap. Because, you know, so-and-so back here isn't quite ready to leap with you. Or so-and-so over here doesn't believe that we should leap just yet. So you never actually take the leap. You never actually make the jump. You never actually move into this new realm, because you're working with other people, or you're carrying everybody. You're trying to take everybody along on the journey with you, and they may be stuck. They're stuck, and you'll miss your train trying to pull them out of quicksand. You get what I'm saying? It's like a whole progression here, that 3, 4, and 5. If you want to really step into this new horizon, if you really want to step into this sense of newness, if you want to meet those new levels in your life, you cannot take everybody with you. So what's on the horizon is you realizing that some people that you wanted to bring with you are just stuck. And if you stay stuck with them, it's going to usher in an era of you feeling stuck as well. Because when the shift happens, it's going to happen with or without you. You know, and if you don't want to stay where you currently are, if you do want to ascend to higher heights, then you're going to have to either get a new, you know, set of people that you're working with, and y'all all focus on the same type of thing. Y'all are all inspired by the same like creative type of energy, or you're going to have to go at it alone. You might have to just, you know, break out of all of this. But on the horizon for you, there is basically this whole situation is going to be put right there in your face for you to deal with it. It's coming up on the horizon for you. Let's talk about Taurus's career. Career, the thing that you do that gives you purpose, your real life purpose, and the thing that allows you to leave behind a legacy. What's going on with that for Taurus in July 2018? Oh, the King of Spades. Let's just associate it with the King of Swords. A mastermind, a person that You have a plan, and you are going to work that plan to the death of you. And anybody who's not with it will get ran over or off with their heads. And you may come up on some conflict. It could be some controversy surrounding it. Let's clarify. All right, you have the Ace of Coins. And then the Six of Swords. So the Ace of Coins is a new choice as far as the things that you want out of life physically. If not like a new choice in terms of, or a new step, a new start in terms of like what you want to build for yourself in the physical realm, the things that you want to, gather for your family, new house, new car, bank account, credit cards, 401ks, all that type of stuff is coins. So if you're not starting something new or in a new direction, as far as like maybe a new house, new car, new bank accounts, things like that, then this is a gift. This can also be a gift. And it can also be an intuitive gift. I feel like a lot of things that will be coming to you will be things, like I said earlier, I feel like you won't even know where they came from. It's like you just knew to do it. Like your brain or your mind or your intuition will tell you to do something, right before you go to bed. And then the next morning you go and do it, and you end up getting some type of huge reward because of something, just some small inkling that was within you that you knew intuitively ended up producing this significant gift. Something that will either help your finances or just help you feel more stable in what it is that you're doing in life. Now, with that energy, we have the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is an energy of traveling long distances, of going far, or, going the distance. So whatever it is, this, I feel like, intuitive nudge that's leading you into this new level of pursuit for something, whether it be career or, a business that you're trying to build, whatever it is that has to do with the earthly realm and your earthly goods. I feel like it will go the distance. Like whatever it is that you're building up, it will go the distance, because you have like an unapologetic, and you have a very much so warrior mentality about what it is that you're building. So in regards to your career, that thing that you just will not give up, that plan that you just will not back down from, regardless of what comes against you, I feel like it'll go the distance, and it'll be able to give to others. Like what you build will be able to provide for others. And especially since we're talking about a house that deals with your legacy, this is the energy of building like generational wealth. And if not necessarily like wealth in terms of like, lifestyles of the rich and famous, if not that level, then it's something that will put your children and your children's children in a position where they can go on to build up that type of wealth, that higher level type of wealth. Like if you didn't come from it, this is the energy of making a legacy or building a legacy. Whatever it is in July 2018 that you are planning and plotting and stewing over and brewing over and, coming up with your strategy about, and having to stay humble and keep your head down and just work and just move through it. That type of thing, or whatever that thing is, when you keep working at it, when you continue to work at it, it has the potential to give you this energy as far as the name that you leave behind for yourself, the legacy that you pass on to your children and your children's children, the thing that you will be remembered for long after you no longer exist here in the physical realm. This thing is coming up for you, is like at the forefront of your mind in July 2018. So definitely nurture it. Let's see about Taurus's social life. What's up with the social life for Taurus in July 2018? Social life for Taurus in 2018. Friends and associations. Your relationship to humanity. Social life for Taurus in July 2018. That's the same as this card. These two are the same energies. So once again, in how you relate to people, in what you're building right now, this is something that is giving you a new direction. It's making your 3D world look different. And it's also something that will be able to extend to others, something that can help others. You'll basically be in a place where you have so much overflow that you can actually give to other people. The Magician. The Six of Coins. Now, didn't I just say that? What you're creating right now, the Magician is the creator. You will have a state of overflow where you'll be able to give to other people. The Six of Coins is like sharing, you know, giving, charity. And because this is all coming up in terms of like your social life in July 2018, I feel like you have to be very, very, very strategic. Very, I don't want to keep using the word strategic, but that's what it is. Very long-sighted. Like looking at the big picture, overseeing the whole operation. You have to be in that type of energy about who you are associating yourself with. You have to choose associations that are for the greater good, that will help you, or maybe even be able to give you some type of gift. It doesn't necessarily have to be that that person is actually giving you money, but they would be in a position to where they can maybe provide you with like some business insight or some mentoring, or they can point you in the right direction of connections that you can make to allow yourself to excel. You get what I'm saying? In your 3D life. So you have to be the magician. You have to use all of your resources. You have to basically play the game. I always tell people it's all a game. If you're not playing, you're losing. If you're one of those people who was like, well, I don't feel like people need to be like that, and everybody should just be straightforward and honest with each other, and, you know, there's no need to, you know, try to get power or control and blase, 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 blah. Yes, it is. Because that's the life that's the world that you live in today. You don't live in that idealistic life where, oh, I wish it was a utopia and everyone was nice and kumbaya, my lord. No. That's not what you live in. The magician knows that. The magician is very much so aware of their circumstances. They're very much so aware of their environment. And they will use all the resources that they can gather from their environment to create what it is that they want. And don't think of that in a bad way, because this Six of Coins energy is saying that you still have a heart where you would like to give to people. You still have a good heart where you want to be able to provide for others. But you can't do that if you're hanging around people. One of my teachers used to say, you can't soar with eagles if you're walking with chickens. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you stay around the same people who can't do anything for anybody else because they can barely do anything for themselves, you're not drawing upon all the resources that you have available to you. If you look around, you're probably in a place where you can become friends with a total different circle who can help you. They can give you what you need. They can, I mean, even if it's something as simple as introducing you to like a CEO of a company, they can give you what you need to put you in a place where you're able to create the life that you want, where you can create that life I was just talking about that will leave generational wealth, or at least put your children and your children's children in a place to create generational wealth. You know, but you have to be 100% sure about what it is that you want to build. And you have to help yourself and allow other people to help you before you can get to the point where you can help other people. And finally, let's see what is hidden in July 2018 that will be revealed by the end of the month? What is being uncovered? What is coming to the light for Taurus by the end of July 2018? 5 of Clubs, which is like the 5 of Coins. Excuse me. I'm dropping cards over here. The 5 is always like a challenging type of energy. Yeah, it's not one of the best cards that you can get, I feel like. But I always feel like whatever it is necessary. So we have the 3 of Cups and the 8 of Coins. And again, this is energy of, you know, coming together with people. You know, uniting with people. I want to say uniting. Uniting with people. People I feel like that you probably already know. You just never really took advantage. And I'm not saying take advantage of them, but you never took advantage of the relationship. And you're realizing that, okay, this is what I need to do to work my dream, to get to where I want to be. It may not be something that you are, you know, 100%. Let's just say that you kind of understand that you may have to like take a loss as far as like, okay, yeah, I may have to lose some people that I'm comfortable with, but I'm not comfortable with these people, but at least I know them. You know, it's not 100% foreign territory. It's like, at least you know them. You just have to work that, you know, work the relationship, I feel like, and you'll be exposed to these opportunities to kind of get with these people that you've already known. You just never really were around.